Affirmations are powerful. If you've been using affirmation in your life, I strongly invite you to consider applying this instead and see how much it can help you even more. Because this simple little trick that I'm about to share with you could really make your affirmation and all your manifesting work and everything that you do in order to create and manifest what you want so much more easier and more powerful. So here's the thing. When you use affirmations, they go and work in order to change the way you think, change your subconscious program, your beliefs, your perception, and really create new assumptions. And as you think, so you become. So as you raise your level of consciousness, as you identify as a new person, as you think from what you want, you start to slip into a different level of consciousness, into a different reality, and you start to manifest things into your life, okay? Now, the thing with affirmation is that if you ever experience that, and I certainly do, and I know many of my clients do as well, here's the thing. When you use affirmations, your logical mind is like, not on board always, or that logical mind is trying to ask yourself questions. Where is it gonna come? Who's gonna bring it? Look at your life right now. It's trying to figure out who, what, when that thing is going to come up. Yeah? And so this can really get you in state, out of state, in state, out of state, in state, out of state. And it can feel at times like a little bit of a mental struggle, a mental battle. Okay? And the more you try to push the affirmation, sometimes the more that voice is trying to push against that. And this is where the challenge might be, but this is exactly where this simple trick I'm about to show you dissolve all of this. It dissolves all form of resistance instantaneously. And the trick is so simple, is to take your affirmation and turn it into a question. So if one of your affirmation is, I love my life and everything is always working out for me, or I am always supported by life. Yeah, if it's something like this, you will turn it into a question. Why do I love my life so much? Why is everything always working out for me? Why am I always so supported and loved by life? And you see, as you simply ask yourself that question, it's so hard not to feel happy. It's so hard not to smile. It's so hard not to go into a positive state straight away. And this is the beauty of this simple trick, is that as you ask yourself those questions, there's no resistance in a question. Because your brain, like a supercomputer, which pretty much is, go and look for the answer. So whatever question you ask in your mind, whether it's a dumb question or whether it's a very meaningful question, your mind will start to come up and look for the answer. So as you ask those questions and you start to contemplate, not only you start to feel good straight away, because it's an expansive question, it puts you in the end state straight away, so it puts you in the energy of the wish fulfilled straight away, which is what you want, okay? It's like sliding into a different reality, into a different quantum state. Okay, this is the possibility of what I want, so boom, I'm jumping there. Then the question is, how do I remain there? And how do I keep on vibrating with that potential reality? And this is why we use affirmation, visualization, all those tools to keep us there and help us remain there naturally. And this comes from repetition and habits. So as you ask yourself this question, it works in wonderful ways. Not only your brain starts to go looking for answers, and the more you do it, the easier it is for you to find the answer. Why is that? Because you already have neurons in your brain that are ready to answer the question. It starts to feel more and more and more natural. So as you think from the end and you ask yourself that question, your brain is starting to expand, and you start to have new thoughts and new reason and new evidence. And so all of a sudden, you are expanding your thinking from the end result, which is beautiful. Okay? And it's really easy to slip in that state and remain there. So this is why I like those questions so much. The other thing is that your subconscious mind is always listening to what's happening in your consciousness, in your conscious mind, right? All the thoughts you have, your subconscious mind is just screening and waiting and looking. And so as you ask those questions, you're tricking your subconscious mind into believing it's already done. And so he starts to look at, ooh, this is happening, ooh, this is good, this is that. So it takes on board those information, just like it does for affirmations. And it starts to believe it's done, and then it starts to act on it. Because your subconscious mind doesn't know the difference between reality and imagination, good and bad, right or wrong. It just takes whatever you give. So if you give amazing, meaningful thoughts, questions, and imagination, it will just act on that, right? And this is why I love those things so much. So I invite you to try it and to use it in your own life. Personally, I noticed that when there is so much less resistance, it's so much easier for me to, remain in that state without trying to analyze, control, predict, and worry on who, what, when is going to happen, and simply stay in the state and trust that my success mechanism, my subconscious mind, is already at work and it's working really hard, and life is always supporting me, isn't it? So how does it work? How do you turn your affirmation in question? Very simple. You either put a why question or what or how come question, and there you have it. If you want to create new question, keep it in present tense, always present tense. And it's assuming always that you already have what you want. Yeah? You use the law of assumption, and this is the question of assumption, if you want, and how you create assumption in your mind by asking yourself the question, presupposing you already have it. So why do people love me so much? Why do people love my YouTube channel? Why are people so interested, so captivated by what I say? Why do people love me so much? Why do people feel so good around me? Or self-concept question, why do I feel so good in my body? Why do I feel so good? Why do I look so good? How did I lose so much weight? How did I get such a healthy body? So you see, those questions are fantastic because not only there's no resistance, but I can feel the emotion and the expansion rising and moving in me. So it's that simple. And I strongly invite you to try it, see what happens, how you feel in the process, and to make it your own. So if you have any form of affirmation right now, turn them into question and put them down in the chat. Share with each other, inspire each other, and let's go and let's grow and create the reality that we want and life that we want together. All right, let me know what you think about this. If you like, share, subscribe this video. I will see you next time. Be well.